So I promised you guys that I would bring back the Honda Recon when I decided I needed to replace the clutch. And well, today's the day. So in the last video on this Honda Recon, I went through it and I put a new carb kit in it. What else did I all do? Oh, I built all the stuff for my GPS equipment, got it running really good. I mean, heck, it starts right up. But let me show you guys why I am pretty dang sure it needs a new clutch. Just put it in reverse here. I'm not touching the throttle, and it's moving. And I've messed with the idle. That didn't do anything. It's just, I'm pretty dang sure it's a clutch. It has to be. There's nothing else that I can think of that it could be. So, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never touched a clutch in my life besides my snowmobile clutch, and this is a completely different style clutch. So, I'm gonna bring you guys along for it. So here's the parts that I bought. I bought a Tusk clutch kit, so I did not buy stock Honda clutch plates. They were just so much more expensive. So these are Tusk brand. I don't know, I mean, I'm not gonna be using and abusing this thing. It's gonna be pretty light use. So got my clutch plates, got a clutch spring set. This, there's like two clutches in it. There's this clutch, and then there's, I forget what this one's called. But this is a standard OEM Honda clutch. This thing is heavy. This was really expensive. But this thing just looks really intricate, and I wanted the Honda actual one for that. So I got that. I got a one-way bearing, which goes behind this. And then I also got a stock Honda OEM gasket because I've never had that great of luck with aftermarket gaskets. So I don't know what is bad inside. I'm pretty sure I can probably figure it out once I get in there. But if this is a problem, I can maybe return this and this. But I'm thinking once I'm in there, I might as well just replace everything so that way I don't have any more issues in the future. Because even if I do return the parts that I don't use, at my best, I'd be maybe saving 150 bucks, which to me, it's a lot more worth it to me to have that peace of mind that my four-wheeler is not going to break down, because in the amount of time that it takes me to take it back apart and replace the next thing that breaks, I could have made a lot more than 150 bucks with this four-wheeler. You're gonna have to move, bud. So in order to get to the clutch, I need to take off this front cover. So there's all these bolts right here around in a circle. But if I do that, all the oil is gonna drain out. So I might as well drain all the oil first and then start taking these bolts off. Whoops, that was kind of loud. This feels like a magnetic plug. We'll see how much crap's on the end of it. It's actually pretty dang clean. Okay. Well, Tom, I need to tip this thing up on its back. So, sorry, bud, but I'm gonna have to move. What are you doing? Don't bite me. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Let go. Let go. Aha! There's no way to lock these rear tires, is there? I'm just gonna go for it, see how it goes. Okay, you can't. That's not a good place to stand there, bud. gas leaking out? Crap. Why is that all leaking out? I have to turn the fuel tank off? Apparently draining the carburetor is something you should do before you flip your four-wheeler over. Learned that. Okay, fuel tank shut off, and the carburetor's empty. Let's give us another shot. I don't think anything will come out of the cap, but we'll see. Oh, this was heavy the first time. I don't think it's going to be any lighter the second time. I gotta get lower. Go straight for the A-arms. Okay. Okay, so it looks like if I take off these black part of these fenders, I'll have a perfect shot at getting to that engine cover and to that clutch. Take this off, and I can get it from all angles.
I was always inclined to make history, but I never really had the time. Spent my life living dangerously, never worried how I'm getting by. I'm out here working, trying to do what I can. I'm out here sweating, dripping blood from my hands. Doing what I'm good at, just doing what I'm made for, just doing what I'm good at.
Well, I got those side covers taken off. I can now get to all those bolts. Look like they're all 10 millimeter. And I made a little diagram of the clutch cover here. So as I take the bolts out, I can just stick it into this cardboard here. So that way I know which bolts go where when I put it back together.
Just doing what I'm made for. I know my money, money on my mind. Yeah, you bet I'm gonna have a good time. I know my money, money on my mind. Yeah, you bet I'm gonna have a good time. Well, I won't be trouble, trouble comes for me. It was always gonna find me out. I'm gonna keep on walking, taking what I need. Ain't nothing gonna touch me now. I'm out here working, trying to do what I can. I'm out here sweating, dripping blood from my hands. Oh, I'm doing what I'm good at.
So here is what we have got. The clutch plates go in here. That big other clutch thing I was talking about goes up in here. And then that one-way bearing is also underneath this as well, I'm pretty dang sure. So I'm gonna start taking some bolts out and see if I can't figure out how to get this stuff out. I think I found my issue. I don't know what that is, but it looks to be part of this that got lodged in there. Which might mean I might need a new cover too, but we'll see. I might need an impact. Yeah, I'm gonna need an impact, otherwise it's just gonna spin in there. Okay. Well, an impact won't fit in there, but my pry bar can lodge gear shut, I know that. Oh, that spins on there anyways. How do I... What the heck?
You're going the right way.
Yep. There it goes. Now, how did I get this on there?
Take the socket off the wrench.
Yeah. someone got it on there with a socket on it, but there we go. Now I think I need to grab that gear puller. I don't think this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it.
Funny thing is, it's actually paint on the frame.
No, I mean, if you really look at it, does the whole frame look a bit twisted to you?
I don't know.
The whole thing looks a little bit twisted to me, but I did pay $300 for it.
Well, maybe they ought to drop it off the truck the other way.
Oh, it's just not quite big enough.
Try going any farther with it.
It's close.
Give it, I got a whap. Put your weight
Is it kind of coming up or not really?
like I said, if I could get a little pressure on the backside while you're pounding on.
Right there is my... Right there. Looks to be the right spot.
What happened though? I just put a little bit here.
Yeah, go for it. Maybe put a little bit more there. I was just kind of...
I just don't want to wreck anything.
Yeah.
You can't use a regular hammer?
No, I don't want... I mean, it's a spinning clutch. I don't want to bang it up.
The outside has to touch on something too?
I don't think it does, but it wouldn't be unbalanced if it got dinged up. Well, after trying a couple of different pullers and a strap and all this stuff, we finally found this puller. I was able to get some longer bolts in there, take that cover off, and this is what the inside of the centrifugal clutch looks like. Just kind of all loose in there. What looks like happened is there's these pins or rollers or something. There's supposed to be 3 of them. One is missing. I'm guessing what happened is that one let loose and then it just all hell broke loose in here. Everything is just like falling apart. So that's obviously the issue. So I'm just gonna replace that, call that a day. But this was actually the most expensive part about overall, so I might as well just go and replace everything else I got here too. Okay, well, I think I can just kind of do that. Good enough. And now in here is this one-way bearing. I don't really know how to get it out, but I don't know if it's worth replacing while I'm in here. Probably is, seeing how the rest of it looked. I don't know how to get it out. Like that. That's how you get it out. Okay, so that was in like that. Bam. Done. And just for reference, guys, this pile of conglomerated parts right here is supposed to look like this. So, you know, just for reference. This goes in this direction.
I'm gonna use your pliers.
Okay.
I gotta try to fix the drill.
Okay. This somehow gets down in there. I don't really know how. Now, I could probably change a clutch pack out with it on the four-wheeler, but it's gonna be a heck of a lot easier to get at it if it's not. And there's no way I can keep this thing from spinning because it just free spins in either direction. So I'm going to attempt to put a strap wrench around it. And hold that tight. I don't know how else this is going to work. I better double check, make sure this thing isn't reverse threaded first. Ooh, that's not moving though. I have a feeling like this could break something. Hey, it actually did come off. Okay. Perfect. It's a little dinged up, but I think that came from a piece of flying metal that was probably in the motor from the other clutch pack. Does this just slide off now? How does this come off? Yes. Yes. I like it. So this clutch pack right here was in this housing like this. It just slides right on out. I have all new plates for it and new springs. So it looks like the only way to get to it is to take off these top bolts. Did that break loose or not? Yes, it did. Ah, got him. Okay, so I'm leaving everything with that red mark up. So that goes like that. These springs come out. I got new springs. Then, I don't know how the rest of this works, to be honest with you. Okay, and it just comes apart like that. I'm guessing the flying bits of metal around wasn't really exactly a good thing for these clutch pads either. So let's just see how they had these. Friction, steel, friction. Okay, starts with friction, ends with friction. Okay, I think I can handle that. Wipe my hands off. Here's all the frictions. Here's the steel plates. I don't know if those are the correct names for them or not, but that's what I'm going to call them. So we've got our friction, steel. This is correct, right? Sure seems like it. Friction, steel, friction, steel, friction, steel. Okay, okay. Got it. So now I'm going to put them on this thing. Like this. There we go. So I found an operator's manual or a repair manual online. These are supposed to go to 9 foot-pounds or 108 inch-pounds. So I got this set to 108 inch-pounds. And go to town. And there we go. Okay, I got this clutch pack put back on. It's not tight yet, but doesn't need to be yet. Now, let's set. Let's clean this off a little bit first. Well, I don't know what it was, but for some reason that new one-way bearing was not having it with... Oh, okay, now why are you stuck? What just happened? Why is it now... I literally just dropped it on, now it's stuck on there in the wrong spot. Oh, okay, come on. There we go. There we go. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, and now the clutch pack bolt is tightened down to 59 foot-pounds. If I can find the correct nut or socket. Sometimes stuff spins in here, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't, this will indeed spin. How I keep it from spinning, I don't know. Ah, I got it. Look at me go. So now we have this cover that goes on a centrifugal clutch, or otherwise the first one that took off I really had a hard time getting at. And what's cool about this four-wheeler is that it doesn't have an oil filter. That centrifugal clutch acts as an oil filter. And so all the oil contaminants collect in the lid, and look at the junk that is in this lid. I mean, there's part of the clutch right there that just got stuck in the side, but this is just all metal shavings that got shoved in there. So I'm gonna give this a very good cleaning, so that way it can continue to filter out the oil, and put it back on. Filter strap it is. I don't know how much is filter. The filter strap isn't really holding. I got an idea. I don't know how else this is gonna work. Actually, I just had another fantastic idea. Where is, gosh, I have created such a mess with tools. Somewhere I got a little pry bar, just a little one. Okay, found it. If I can shove this in these gears, then can I get this tighter? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I was right there anyways. Okay, well, that's good. Now I need that cover, wherever I put that, right here. I cleaned out this cover, made it nice and clean, so that way this thing can actually filter some oil, which, I mean, obviously there's some metal chunks still floating around in there because, well, that clutch exploded. So, it's gonna be doing its job. I've also thought, I think I'm gonna get a magnetic oil drain plug. I thought this one was, but it's not. But I might just get a magnetic one, so that way a little bit of, like, there's for sure some metal chunks floating around in there. So, try and get it all towards that drain plug if I possibly can. Okay, so I have basically everything put back together. There's a couple things I got put on the top, but first I'm going to take this gasket scraper. I'm going to go around the outside, scrape all the old gasket off, put the new one on, put the last couple of linkage parts that need to go back in the transmission, and then scrape off the cover, put the new gasket on, put it back together, bolt it down. I might be even able to get it running here tonight. It's like 8:30 right now, so we'll see. Now this goes on just like that. So on this side right here, I took this off, this piece underneath it, and the bearing, that's all in there, and then this arm just lifted right out of here. So like if I were to shift up, you see how that moves like that? And then shift down, it goes the opposite way. So that all looks fine and dandy now. I should be able to put the cover on and then fill it full of oil. It actually kind of worked a little bit. Now I can use my handy little diagram to put all my bolts back in. Torque them all down, and we will be good to go, hopefully. My luck, I'll start it up and I'll put something in there wrong and then need to rebuild the engine, but we'll see. So much better than doing it with my hand. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's heavy. So now I gotta put some oil in it. Got some ATV, UTV, Lucas semi-synthetic 10W40. Not sponsored by them. I just, this is what my hardware store had, and I've never heard anything bad about Lucas. It's important to use ATV, UTV oil. I think one of the main reasons this clutch went out was because whenever we changed it as interns, we just get told to change the oil, and we just go to the hardware store and buy 10W30 car oil, which is not meant for those wet clutches that are in these things. You're supposed to use ATV oil. So for now on, ATV oil. For some reason, I'm not that nervous for this, although I feel like I really should be. Okay. That already runs way smoother. Shift it. Oh my gosh! I can shift it now without... Oh, my camera battery died out in the middle of the excitement. Watch this. And shift up. It doesn't move. Second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way back down. Neutral. Reverse. Now if I hit the... Don't mind that. Don't mind that either. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's awesome. I'm gonna ride it around. So here's the thing. It is 11 o'clock at night, and I do have next door neighbors. And I only have one light that currently works because I took the other one out and I'm trying to figure out how to get LEDs up there, but not moving. Wow, it's a completely different four-wheeler. Like, it drives so much smoother. I always thought that this engine just had like a really bad rattle. No, turns out it was the clutch that was blown apart. It sounds smoother. This is awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.